Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, She's 40, No Options, but Thinks She's the Prize. Let's get right into it.
So if you're dating over 40 and someone asks you, why are you still single? Show them this. I'm gonna break down the dating pool for you. We have all the men. We need to take away the ones that are married, aren't age appropriate because we are over 40, ones that are gay, ones that are broke, the ones that are emotionally unavailable, the ones that still have drama with their ex. We're gonna take away the ones that are perpetual bachelors, okay? Then we have the ones that don't know what they want. The ones that love bomb you. And then, all right, so this is what we have. So we want someone who's attractive. 5'10", so I need someone over 5'8". So a few people who decide they still want to smoke cigarettes, they have to meet the people who don't want any more children. And this is what I'm left with. However, we need to take this then. They're not all in my area. We need to then spread these people around the world. This is what we're dealing with. Any questions? So if you're dating...
Now, I think she has a pretty fair assessment, right? I like the visual. Okay, so if you're over 40, the dating pool is small. My question for this woman is, why does she date like her body's not on fire, right? Where's the sense of urgency? Okay, I get it. You blame the men. It's the men, right? There's not a lot of men you could date because clearly you have a lot of requirements. You don't want them to be broke. You want them to be age appropriate. You don't want them to smoke cigarettes. And you want them to still want to have children. Okay, and she's blaming the men for this. Now, I did some snooping around. I did some investigations, and we found some information about her. By the way, this video was shot last year. Now let's flash forward a year forward to modern times now. Let's see what she's doing and how she's doing. Here's a video of her just a few days ago. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
So I am a digital nomad in Greece. So yes, I'm in the plunge pool, but I'm also working. In the plunge pool, but working. It's the best of both worlds. Tell me I can't do both. Tell me I can't.
So decently average girl, right? You know, she kept her body up for 40. I got to give her a little props, right? She kept her body up for 40. But, you know, the question is, all right, so you blame the men, but here's the first sign not everything's all right, because why are you on a solo trip to Greece? Anytime I see a girl on a solo trip, that's a red flag, okay? But we have more. We have more evidence of the red flags. Anyway, here's another video of her and her Greece trip just a few days ago. Let's watch and we will respond.
So I just got home from the birthday celebrations. I'm here in Greece, solo traveling. I had a great day. I went to breakfast. I laid by the pool. I went on a boat. I had a tour. And then after I took myself to dinner, I was walking back to the hotel and a dude hopped off his bike, introduced himself to me. We chatted for a little bit. He said, I would love to take you for a drink. Why did I jump on the back of his bike with him and go somewhere? It was fine. He took me someplace really nice. Chatted. This Albanian guy. It could have went left. Easy. But here we are in one piece. Living to tell. But, you know. Happy birthday to me. Tomorrow's a new day. Thanks, guys.
So I find it fascinating that here's a woman in her 40s. She blames men for why she's single. And to me, you know, I blame the feminist ideology, right? Because the feminist ideology has women overpriced their value, right? She thinks she's worth more than what she really is. And so instead of taking a risk and just choosing a man that, you know, she's qualified for, no. She has to go to Greece and she has to go solo trips and she decides to hop on the back of a bike of a stranger that said, I want to take you out for drinks. And she obliged. Okay? You don't get this kind of cooperation from women in America. I can't pull up on the back of a bike to a girl in America that says, let's go for drinks. But in Greece, you can get away with this stuff because women value men overseas for some reason, even though they don't value them. All right. Now, I found some more interesting dating information about her. This time she tells a story. The story has 2 parts. This is part 1. Let's listen to it and we will respond.
I was walking on the street one evening in Austin with a friend of mine, and I noticed a dude walking towards me. He notices me. We lock eyes, and he immediately stops me and says, you have to introduce yourself. I would love to take you for a drink. So the 3 of us went out for a drink. We all had a great time, got to know each other a little more. My girlfriend excused herself. Him and I continued on and had a lovely evening. Called it a night, invited me to breakfast the next day. I told him why not. He was only in town for business and he was flying out the next afternoon. So went to breakfast, and afterwards I thought, okay, this is someone who I would like to get to know more. So I spent a lot of time in Europe. This man consistently was calling me, FaceTiming me, checking in on me, and having like good conversations, not just like, hey, how's your day going? But on the phone for, 30, 40 minutes at a time. He's getting updates, trying to learn about me. And this went on for a while. By the time I get back in the States, he's like, listen, I'm gonna make a plan. I wanna come see you. He flew back in. He lives in California. He flew back in Austin. He works for a tech company. He used to play for the NFL. 4 days together. Not those kind of days. Sharing to me every single detail of his life in detail. It's consistent, it's honest, it's not moving too fast. I have another international trip planned. Here I am. He's like, I want to make sure I see you before you go, but I'm going to come visit you while you're gone as well. So he flies back in, comes to see me. And it got to the point to where this man is telling me he's going to relocate to Austin. He was in the midst of hiring my girlfriend as his real estate agent. He's going to hire my other friend who's a teacher as the au pair for the child. Literally on the plane, on my way to Argentina. He's got plans to come see me. And I get a phone call.
Now, what could go wrong with this story, okay? Because we're going to play part 2, and we're going to see exactly what goes wrong, okay? But what could go wrong with this story? Oh, everything's going... Again, she meets someone that says, I want to take you out for a drink, which clearly is a pickup line that works on her. I want to take you out for a drink. She might be an alcoholic, I'm just saying. And that doesn't surprise me with feminists who go on solo trips, right? If drinking wasn't a thing, traveling overseas wouldn't be as fun for these girls. They got to get drunk overseas, right? So she goes to Argentina, she goes to Greece, she goes to all these places by herself. Even though according to feminism, men are so dangerous, they can't be trusted, but women go by themselves to all these countries. And by the way, I posted a story about a woman who fell in a volcano in Brazil because she was walking by herself. Well, she's part of a tour guide, and I guess she fell behind on a tour guide, and she fell off a cliff, 1,600 feet, into a volcano, and then was later pronounced dead a few days later. Okay, and this is what happens, the risks that women take when they go on solo trips. Anyway, okay, but you can't tell them anything, they're boss babes. Anyway, I want you guys to think about what might be the issue with this guy who tells her everything she wants to hear. I mean, what could go wrong, right? What could go wrong? Because he's just been honest and gave her all the details. And he flies in to go see her. And he wants to hire her friend to be his real estate agent because he wants to relocate after a girl he just met, by the way. And he's taking things slow. He's not rushing it with her. Doesn't that sound too perfect to be true? He's going to relocate to her. And he used to play for the NFL? Guys, I mean, we smell red flags a mile away. Anyway, here's part 2 of her story. Get ready.
On the plane, on my way to Argentina, he's got plans to come see me, and I get a phone call. I missed the call. It was a voicemail. I got a call from him saying, hey, my ex got your information, and my son was speaking about you. She knows we're getting serious. She may be trying to call you to start some stuff. And I've been in a bad situation. I know what this looks like. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, I don't entertain foolishness. I'm not dealing with these people. I'm not answering the phone. And he was like, I'll take care of it. Da, da, da. I'm going to speak to her. It's not. I was like, okay. They were supposedly having been broken up for 2 years. This was a long-term relationship. I'm on the plane, Argentina. I land. I get here the next morning. I get a text message from him, which reads, he can no longer continue this friendship. He is married. I'm sorry. What? I have been talking to you for 5 months. I realize, oh, this wasn't his ex calling. This is his wife calling me. I call her back. I'm on the phone with this woman for 45 minutes. He's there. I was like, is he there? She's like, I live with him. Of course he's there. I was like, he presented himself as a fully single man. She was like, what? I was like, and he's in the background. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I felt like I was in a movie. She's telling me all this stuff. She's like, oh, you know about this? And I said, I know about everything. Every single detail this man told me was accurate. He left her out. He was like, we go to the gym together every day. He calls me from the gym. I said, I have seen FaceTimes of your house, the house you're getting repaired. I said, he was telling me we're moving on. I said, I don't know how that's going to happen because my girlfriend is his real estate agent. It was insane. He had been erasing everything that, all the messages we sent back and forth. So I told her, I went ahead, I sent this woman 84 screenshots. I told her that he was coming here to Argentina on February 13th. She said, how is he going to do that? Because that's my birthday. We were having so many conversations that were important when you start a relationship, trying to ask questions about the past, how you interact with people, being honest about your style of communication. I specifically asked this man, when was his last relationship? How long did it go? Did it end? How many times has he been married? Is there anyone that thinks you're in a relationship with him? Is anyone going to be coming after me? And then he even said to me, I once dated someone who had a whole nother life and didn't tell me about it. I scrubbed the internet looking for this man. I looked him up and there was no mention of a wife. There was no photos. And he told me he was single. He was always on the phone with me, always talking, always never gave me one reason to think otherwise.
Never gave you one inkling to think otherwise, right? Because that's what happens with women. Modern women have this belief that if you tell her what she wants to hear, it's true. And then they like you. This is why I tell a man, and you guys can check out my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. Because the more you talk, if you're a man the way I think you might be, you're going to tell the truth, and the truth pisses modern women off. Modern women want to hear what they want to hear. This guy told her exactly what she wanted to hear, gave her exactly the amount of the attention she wanted, took it slow the way she wanted it to take it. And she was ready to give him everything, only to find out he had a wife. And this, you know why this happens for modern women? It's because they punish men who tell them the truth and reward men who lie. How do I know the difference between the truth and a lie? Here's how it goes, right? If you tell women the truth, they punish you every single time. Women only respond to things they like to hear. This is what I know about women. I've lost so many women by telling them the truth. I can't tell you how many women. I tell them the truth and it's, and their mind is, well, that was corny, or that was this, or that was that. And they're never judging it based on it's being valid and honest. And listen, not everything comes out of a man's mouth you're going to like. That's not the real world. Does your boss tell you everything you like? Does anybody tell you everything you like? Does your mom, does your dad, does your siblings tell you everything you like? Then why do you set this expectation for men to say things only you like all the time? So this is a man who was lying to her. Yeah, I know she said he told her all the details are true, except the fact that he left out his wife. That's a big thing to leave out. He sold you a lie, and you're blaming him for lying instead of thinking to yourself, how did I fall for it? How did you fall for it? You're 40 years old, and you still can't tell when a man is lying. You know why you can't tell? Because again, for women, they only care what they like to hear. If they like to hear it, it might as well be the truth because they love hearing it. That's how it works for women. You just lie to them and it works. I hate that it is this way, but it is this way. Okay? But again, they blame men. They don't blame feminism for being gullible, naive, and because feminism sold them a dream that they believe. This woman wants to still have kids. She's in her 40s. She's in her 40s. So she wants to be with a man and have children. Clearly she can't tell the time because she's way past the time. You are expired. No one told you that your fertility window expires at some time. It's not forever. And even if you froze your eggs, the man you say you want doesn't want to be with a woman whose eggs are frozen. He wants to conceive a child the natural way. And I'm just mind boggled by how many women fall for this nonsense. And they blame men. They blame men. Baby, you're the same person that hopped on the back of you hopped on the back of a bicycle. I'm getting so excited. I'm just like southern of the world. You hopped on the back of a bicycle of a man that just said, "You're beautiful," or whatever he said. "I want to take you out for drinks." You just hopped on. You're in a foreign country, going on a bike ride with a stranger. But if somebody approached you in the gym in America, you'd make a TikTok video about it. Oh, this dude's creepy. This is corny. But when you're overseas, your legs are just wide open, waiting to get your cheeks clapped. And you're 40. Women are primed for a lie and unprepared for the truth. Here's the truth for her. It's over. The man you want doesn't want you, and you've never been the woman he would choose. You've never been the woman the man you want would choose, and that's why you're single. That's why you're single. Now, can you get a man? Sure. Right? But you gotta accept that he's not gonna be the most attractive guy. He might smoke cigarettes. He might have something about him that you don't like. You have to accept that. Here's another example of women not accepting that the dating pool is not what they expect it to be. There's another woman over 40, and she doesn't want to accept that this is the dating pool. She thinks it has to be better than this. She's making fun of the men she could potentially match with, not realizing she should be making fun of herself. Let's watch.
In case you're ever wondering what it's like to be single in your 40s and thinking, this time I'm going to go on the apps and they'll be better, let me take you down the road called What Bumble is Like in Your 40s. Here we go. And they say we use filters. What are you doing, TJ? What are you doing? What are you doing? Now, this isn't even about looks, okay? Because a lot of the profiles that I'm going to show you, I cut out their looks because I don't want to be mean about looks because there's somebody for everybody. But what in the AI is this? But he is the master of numbers, so that could be something. Also, he says his hair is his humble brag. It's quite delightful. So there's that. Now, this is a lot of what I see on here for my age bracket. It says kinky, happily married gentleman in a polyamorous relationship seeking new friends and lovers. Kind, open, honest, communicative, and trustworthy. Well-traveled, stable, patient, and working hard on life. Will dance with you at parties and play guitar to serenade. Love to cook and have dinner parties. We know what that means. This one says, what is a date really but a job interview that lasts all night? What kind of dates are you going on? The only difference is there aren't many job interviews where you will wind up naked. I have a feeling not many of your dates end up like that either, but I could be wrong. This one says, great guy looking for that special someone. I was told I don't look like my pic. Now, just to warn you, I may look like Brad Pitt in pics, but I'm not him. I'm a great guy. I'm rough. I'm wife material. I don't know. Marriage material? Gotta look past the rough exterior. Stop with the filters. You age 20 years between pics. Now, I really want to show you his picture, but I fear that it would be mean. So I'm just going to let you imagine. Now, this guy is kind of like a narrator. He's just kind of giving you a biography, if you will. He says, I grew up in New Jersey, and I still live here today. I have 3 brothers and 3 stepsisters. I have 2 kids, son, 23, daughter, 22. Works in retail, in case you're wondering. Daughter works at a warehouse. I currently work as a driver for Frito-Lay. So you're going to get some chips. Now, this guy seems to think that 40 is senior citizen. Come on, Bumble. I'm not 40 anymore. You can't update my age. The pandemic has broken the coding here. Anyway, time is running out, whether 35 or 40. We need to start making plans for the final chapter. Trust me, we don't want to be swiping in our 60s. Let's lock it up. Okay, Eddie. That's all for today. In case you're ever wondering.
So here's a woman and she's making fun of the men that she matches with, not realizing that dating apps have what they call an ELO, which is essentially your rating score. So they match you with people you score with, right? Based on attractiveness, location. That's your ELO score. So everyone in your ELO, okay, it's who you match with, and you're making fun of them. Oh my God, it's so horrible, it's so terrible. It's the men, it's the men, it's the men. It's not you, because you're just so wonderful. You're just so desirable. Oh my God, how dare them match you with weirdos, not realizing that those are the perfect men for you. Yeah. And yet, what she's going to do, she's going to hold out, waiting, thinking the right man is going to appear when she's 42, 43, 44, 45. She can just keep waiting, and the more valuable men are going to arrive. The longer she waits, the more valuable men are going to arrive. Isn't that just a fairy tale? Yeah, exactly what it is. It's going to be a nightmare for a lot of these women. I feel for this woman. She's already a cat lady, so she's prepared. She's prepared to die alone, okay? And when you do die, your cat's going to eat your eyes. It's going to eat your eyes, okay? Now, I've seen some of her tattoos. She has a baby shark on her. She's such an adult. Oh, look, she has maybe... what ice princess that is? I don't know. I can't think of. Disney princess, one of those princesses, and she thinks she's just such a catch. Oh my God, you're like a child to me. Anytime I see a woman with a lot of tattoos, shout out to people that got tattoos. I get it. But to me, it's so myopic to get tattoos. You're not thinking about your future, and it doesn't age well. You look like a child that has cartoon drawings all over your body, just graffiti. Okay? Kim Kardashian, I don't love her, but one of the best things she ever said was, why would I put a tattoo on my body? It's like putting a bumper sticker on a Bentley. I agree with her. Okay? The one thing you want to follow by Kim Kardashian is that. Tattoo free. Okay? Anyway, I made this point because I feel for these women. I really do. If any of my young girls or any of the girls that watch my content that's younger, in your 20s or your early 30s, understand you're running out of time. You need to work like hell. You need to work like hell. Kevin Samuels was right. He said it. Y'all in the danger zone. Y'all need to get a sense of urgency. Y'all keep dragging your feet as if more better options are going to come in the future. You have the great game plan for a man, but you're not a man. Men, I could wait. I'm 37. I could wait till I'm 45, and I can still bag a woman that's 25, and she'll be happy with me so long as I'm fit and have money, and I got my right frame. I got the masculine frame. That's it. Y'all? There's nobody at 40. When you're 45, there's nobody. I'm talking about nobody. Nobody waiting for you. No. You want your perfect man, but you don't have to be perfect, right? That's your idea. Your idea is your man has to be perfect, but you don't. You think you get it all. You can't have it all. You can have some stuff, but you can't have it all. Except that the man that is perfect for you might be corny, might be weird, might, you know what I'm saying, have AI fantasies and AI pictures. Yeah, all that stuff you make fun of. He's the perfect match for you. Because you know what? Even though he might not be the coolest dude, he could still protect you from other men. He could still change your smoke alarm, the battery in your smoke alarm. He could still do the things that men do. Okay? And in that part, you should submit to him. I know you want to submit to the best guy ever. I know. But here's a problem. The best guy don't want you. I'm just saying. You're not the type of woman he would choose. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.